Do you ever wonder if there's any truth to what some say about not wearing makeup after the age of 40 or 50 plus or 60 because it makes you look older? I say indulge. Take care of your skin, prep it, and indulge in all the beautiful things that you can do to enhance making yourself feel beautiful. It's okay to contemplate changes, and that could be anything that has to do with doing you and your style. Just like this beautiful tree that comes into its own particular season and changes its color, it's okay for you to come into your season.
Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm happy that you've stopped in, and today I just want to have just a little simple little chit chat just about some fundamental non-truths. And the fundamental non-truth is that anytime you reach the age of 40-ish, that you shouldn't be wearing makeup. You've either outgrown it, it makes your skin look old, it's just not becoming, you're trying to stay in a realm and not accept your age. Those are just untruths. There's just no truth to it. You wear makeup because you want to. You wear makeup because it enhances your look, your skin. And if whatever you can do on the outside makes you feel great on the inside, I'm all for it. So, just a little briefing. I am 63 years old, 63 years young, however you want to put it. I have gone to my natural state of what is, I would consider now, silver, salt and pepperish looking hair. I've been on this journey for a couple of years. It is just basically, this is it. This is my natural hair color. I am thrilled about it. And I say it's great to do, and you don't have to wait until you're 60 or 50 or 40 or 30. It's just okay to do your own thing whenever it's comfortable for you and whenever it is soothing for you. I wrestled with this issue for so long. Never was I going to go gray. Oh my goodness. No. That would do nothing but show my age. And why on earth would I want to show my age? But I got so tired of dyeing my hair from the time I was in my teens by using the peroxide method and the sun, and let me tell you, that is a funky color that you end up with, to hair dye and bleaching and highlighting and low lighting and every kind of lights there is to do, all because I could never see myself in my natural hair color state, because I think it had been so long since I really saw my natural color. And so I had to actually get to the point where I was tired of dyeing it, tired of spending the money on it. You know, every 6 weeks to dye your hair, or every 2 months, once every 2 months is great. That it goes to 6 weeks and 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 3 weeks, until you get these real stubborn hairs. I mean, maybe yours is on the crown, maybe it's on the forehead, maybe it's in the temple area, that it just says, stop. I don't want to dye anymore. I'm not going to accept it. I'm going to resist it. And so you just put more dye on it, and it just gets to a point where, they just keep coming out. But if it comforts you to think about going to a different phase in your life. And okay, I'm going to admit, it was kind of popular at the time I started thinking about it, especially young people were wanting to dye their hair gray. And so sort of was like a hype. But I knew deep down in my soul that if I did this and I stuck with it and I could get through it, I knew it wasn't just going to be because of hype. I knew it was going to be because I want this. I want this. And I had to get to the point where I really, really wanted it. And I was ready to commit to it. Had I tried it before? Yes, I would say I tried to go a week longer than I normally would dye my hair and see what the grays looked like. Okay, maybe I went 2 weeks and saw, like, oh, can't do it. And I can remember having thoughts when I was in my, early 40s, seeing someone with total gray hair, like, why on earth would they want to do that? Why? Why do you want to make yourself look older? Well, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And if you want to make yourself look older, then don't take care of yourself. Don't take care of your skin. Don't take care of your hair. Don't take care of the things that are important. And just because you have gray hair or just because you don't wear makeup doesn't mean you're traveling down a route that says, you just look older, because it's an outward appearance, I think, that people look at you and might say, we can look at a very, very young girl who has way too much makeup on and make a judgment call like, oh, wow, they look like they're 20 and they're only 12. We can also look at someone who has decorated themselves in full bloom color and they're older and it's like, wow, they're trying to look young again. But, applying makeup and starting with a clean palette and putting makeup on your face, it's an art. It's something that you kind of grow into, and it becomes your personal signature. And so, sorry, we're having some humid weather again in this area. Yeah, I know it's November, but that doesn't stop this Alabama weather. So it gets a little stuffy back here. But my point is this, I've always loved makeup. I've always loved powder and lipstick. And I've said that so many times. I've always been attracted to that, like kind of very flawless skin look, and almost on that pale Grecian type glowy skin with that brilliant bright lip. That's just always been something that I just always found that there was just such an art to that. And I think there is. I think there actually is. And I am no makeup artist and I am no makeup guru, but I have loved makeup from a very young age. And I always had to wear it according to whatever my parents said would, be acceptable. But I always went for powder, lipstick, mascara, and just kind of grew into my own personal style and, coloring and what I liked. And I can go back in my mind to my 20s when I started working in a professional job at a courthouse where I had to dress up every day, and our appearance had to be very classically dressed suits, and I worked for the courthouse, so I was used to spending that type of money on my clothing, but also in styling myself. So I can remember the very first time I went to the department store, and I'm trying to think of which department store it was. It was either a Dillard's or Carson's or something like that. And I saw my very first like big palette that was made by Estee Lauder. And it was shadows and lipsticks and I'm trying to think what else came in it. And I can't even remember what the price was on it, but it was just, like this really big kit. And I think at the time, because remember, that was like when I was in my 20s, I don't know, I think this whole palette cost something like $40. And I was like, oh my goodness, that is so expensive. But there was just like a whole bunch of stuff that came. Blushes, there was a couple of different blushes, there was lipstick colors, there was a couple of shading colors and eyeshadows, and I just wanted it. And so that was like my very first big purchase that I made in investing in learning how to wear makeup. And along that also came taking care of my skin. Now, I've always had problematic skin, very oily skin, suffered from, blackheads and, just bare pores. And so, went through hormonal breakouts and, back and forth sometimes through the dermatologist, and just trying to always come up with good skincare. So that has always been important to me, taking care of my skin. I've always loved the different styles in hair, sometimes wearing it long, sometimes just wearing it a short classical bob, sometimes pixie. I've just always had that kind of thing inside of me that just says, just go for it. Yeah, just gonna cut my hair and make it a pixie, or okay, now I'm gonna grow it out, or now I want it really dark auburn, or it's just what makes up my particular fashion style. And so I kind of embrace it. Now, sometimes I make mistakes. Sometimes I've, cut my hair into a style that wasn't suited for me. But I think when I got the hairstyle, I thought I was going to actually end up looking like that person, or some dumb thing, way back when I was younger. But so just to say, at the point that I'm at in my life, to just go, don't care anymore. Don't want to wear makeup. Don't care how it looks. I honestly, no, I can't. I do want to wear makeup. Some days I want a heavier look. Some days I want a lighter look. And some days I just want that free look, just take care of my skin. And I like the actual act of putting on my makeup. I like starting with a clean slate. I like prepping my skin. I think that's one of the most important things that we can do, no matter what we wear, is making sure that we have prepped our skin. And that means clean it. Use a toner if your skin is made for that. If it's oversensitive, then of course a toner probably isn't what you need. Moisturize it, sun protect it, and prime it. I think your face, your skin looks healthier if it's primed properly, meaning that you've done all of these little steps, and so it's like little layers that you're adding. And I think when you prime it, your skin with a good primer, and there's so many out there on the market, find something that suits you. You will notice, feel, and see the difference in how your skin acts, breathes, and just the texture of it. So, those are just kind of my tips on just some basics for taking care of your skin. But is it okay to go across your lips with something bold like Cruella? I mean, doesn't the name Cruella just scream bold? Yes. Is it too bold to go because I'm now into the salt and pepper gray? No, no. If anything, and I even enhanced it. I had to get my, yearly eye, and I was due for new frames and glasses. So even a color that accentuated my hair, it's good. It's just what you're comfortable with. And so there's times that I love the look of a really bold lip and a less bold eye. And even though, I have more of the burnt orange brown on my eyes, I think this shade, the tone of this color, is a perfect complement from eye to cheek to lips. And that's just my opinion. It's just what I like. And so I don't look at someone my age and think, oh, you look like too clownish. You're too old to wear makeup. No, I think what has to be toned down is know your skin, get to really know it, get to really know how it accepts things like foundation, powder, how it reacts. Okay, do I need to tone it down? Do I need to spritz on some like Max Fix Plus just to tone down the powdering? I have to powder. I'm oily, but I know sometimes I can get too heavy-handed and then it becomes too cakey. So yes, there's techniques to makeup and there's tips and little different tricks that you can use to style and put on your makeup. But the fact is that you can still do it really no matter what age you are. You just have to make it appropriate for you and how it makes you feel. I'm all about that. If it feels good for you and you like the way it looks, then it's okay. And if someone says to me, wow, looks like you got a little heavy-handed on your eyeshadow, I'm going to look at it. I'm going to actually look at it and go, oh, you're right. Need to do a little more blending. Or, no, that's the way I like it. So, I hope when you're going through a transition, whether it's hair color transition, whether it's learning how to apply a little bit of makeup. Maybe you've never been accustomed to wearing it, or maybe it's learning to tone it down, can't do as much makeup look as you used to because now you're noticing all those little fine lines and the puffiness and the darker circles. You just have to learn to adapt to your skin, because we that have gone through this transition of getting our hair back to its natural state and its natural color, have had to learn along the way and take those baby steps into that transition, because we're just not sure. How's it going to look? How are we going to like it? What is the end result? And I think you have to do the same thing when you're transitioning into a different age group. I remember when I was in that 20-30 age group, and then that 40-50 age group, and now in 60-70 age group. But I will never tire of powder and lipstick and mascara and eyeshadow and lip gloss and all that good stuff. And I will never tire of taking good care of my skin. I think it's an investment. It's an investment that's worth it. So this was just a video just to encourage those of you who are on a journey of transitioning from your dyed hair to your natural hair state. Go for it. Rah, be bold. Maybe red's never been your color, but maybe you'll find something that suits you and perks your skin up and just gives it that nice glow. And maybe just a bold lip and some bold lashes can really help you transition into that gray hair mode and make it a little easier. So until next time, be kind, be humble, age gracefully. Bye.
Yes, it's a changing season, and I say, do you, and do it well. Do your style for you and no one else, and come into your own season beautifully.